Fans of the Ottawa Senators have been waiting for news on the status of the club's #1 draft picks of last year, Radek Bonk, and of their first year, Alexei Yashin. We'll see if there is any as we speak to the president and general manager of the Senators, Randy Sexton, who did make other news by acquiring a goalie and a forward and by calling up some prominent minor leaguers. Randy, first things first, Don Beaupre was the #1 goalie in Washington last season. Will he be that in Ottawa this season?
Well, that remains to be seen, Dave. We certainly believe that he has the capability of being #1, although we have a lot of confidence in Craig Billington, who had an outstanding year 2 years ago in Jersey, slipped a little bit last year, but we think they both have the capability of being #1, and we think we're certainly much stronger by having both of them in nets for us.
Fans of the Senators who might well have become fans of the PEI Senators during the lockout realize that Michel Picard and Steve LaRouche are the hottest scorers in the American League, and you're going to give them a chance to be NHL players now. And there's a lot of interest in seeing whether these guys who have been playing all year can make spots that they might not otherwise have made. What do you expect of them?
Well, as long as they maintain their confidence level and play with the same enthusiasm that they have in PEI, if they do that here, Dave, they both have an excellent shot to make our club. They have done just a marvelous job for us in PEI. As you know, they're #1, 2 in the scoring race in the American Hockey League. They're both quality people and quality character people, and I hope when they hit the ice here tomorrow morning that they bring the confidence with them from the American Hockey League, because I believe they can make a difference for us.
And Rob Goodrow used to score pretty well a couple of years ago, at least, for San Jose, and didn't have as good a year last year. What interested you in him?
Well, Rob Goodrow does a couple of things for us, I believe. Firstly, he brings some offense to our right side, which is lacking, no doubt about that. Secondly, we really believe in a shortened season that special teams are going to be crucial. He has the ability to play both the point and the forward position on the power play, which is something in particular we need a playmaker other than Norm McIver on the point, and we think he brings depth, some offense, and some added talent on the power play.
Now, Randy, to the headline items, and you know of which I speak. Radek Bonk, there was a deadline, but as we know in the NHL this year, deadlines don't mean much. Are you still talking to him?
Well, I haven't had any discussions with anybody from Radek's family or his advisors today, Dave. I was in the office early this morning and really spent the entire day until just now on the waiver draft and completing the Beaupre trade. I do expect to talk to them sometime today, but whether or not they're going to accept our final offer or we have to move on or perhaps we have to negotiate a little bit more. If there's a semblance of a deal there, we're going to try and get it done. If there's no semblance of a deal, we're just going to have to move on.
It would seem from those who watched him play this season in the International League that he's not the same player he was last year. How much concern do you have, based on the numbers that are obviously being tossed around, that you'd be getting the same player this year as last?
Well, I think physically he's the same player as he was last year, but oftentimes younger players go through highs and lows, particularly in the early part of their career. We saw that here last year with Alexander Daig and with Alexei Yashin. Young players have the physical skill, but they don't typically have the mental skills, whether it's mental preparation before the game or the mental toughness to endure the physical nature and the tough grind of the NHL schedule. Radek right now appears to have lost his confidence and is doing all the things typical of somebody who does lose their confidence. He's in a tough situation in Vegas, and we're hopeful that if, in fact, we can come to a contract agreement, coming to Ottawa will be a fresh start for him. He'll certainly be excited to be in the National Hockey League and with new teammates, and that may be just the recipe to get him back on his feet, get his confidence, and get him going.
And apart from the fact that Alexei Yashin is suspended, what's the latest on him?
There's no news on Alexei. He continues to be suspended. I understand he's going to be traveling back to Ottawa today, and we expect to sit down with him sometime in the next couple of days to review his situation.
Now, you're going to tell him that you would renegotiate his contract following the 95-96 season, I understand. At that point, he's liable to be a 100-point man and a bigger star than he is now. Why wouldn't he renegotiate now?
Well, we don't think that it's really fair to the organization or our fans. When they agreed to a 5-year contract, they were the second highest paid rookie ever behind only Eric Lindros, something that they were very proud of. One 79-point season with a team that finished in last place in the National Hockey League, I don't believe dictates or provides the opportunity for a first-year player to dictate that 4 years of a remaining contract be negotiated. We've explained to Alexei we're prepared to offer him additional bonuses this year. If he earns them, it'll supplement his income. But we feel that he needs to continue to prove his worth, if you will, in the league and in Ottawa for another year and a half. And at such time, we hope he is a 100-point man, because we can sit down with him then, feel confident and comfortable with the numbers we agree to, and hopefully reward him for the kind of player that he has proven over 3 years to be.
Forgetting the numbers, Randy, you think this is a relationship that can be put back together?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a big adjustment to the National Hockey League, as you know, Dave, for anybody, and I think the added cultural changes of coming from Russia have weighed its toll on Alexei and his family, although they're very bright people and have made a good adjustment here in Ottawa. I think it's a culture shock to come from a former communist society to more of a capitalist society and understand exactly how things work, not only in the business world, but in the National Hockey League world.
And you're not interested in trading him?
Absolutely not. We've made that clear to Alexei and his agent. We will not be trading him for the balance of his contract, and if he chooses to sign a Group 2 free agent contract at that time, we have every intention to match.
Randy, thank you. Good luck in this season.
Thank you very much, Dave. My pleasure.
The NHL lockout and the new labor deal have left a few loose ends prior to the start of this season. We'll ask NHL Senior VP and Director of Hockey Operations Brian Burke to tie them up for us.